Franco Baresi, an all-time great who defined an iconic club and an entire nation. There are good players, great players, players who define a club, players whose charisma has lit up the game. And then there are players who somehow just come to symbolize how a nation plays its football, what its football stands for, what its football is based on. Johan Cruyff and Holland, Pele and Brazil, Franco Baresi and Italy. When you think Baresi, you think vintage Italian football.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
You think extreme defensive know-how and brilliance. Baresi, who has passed away at the age of 66, was not just a footballer, he was a way of playing football. He was someone who made the art of defense compelling. Baresi was the totem of Italy's golden footballing generation. He was the totem of the great AC Milan side, managed by Fabio Capello, that went on a 58-game unbeaten league run, earning them the nickname Gli Invincibili. The backline of that team read Paolo Maldini, Alessandro Costacurta, Franco Baresi, Mauro Tessati. Alexa, define ruthless, define cool, define class. For those of us from a certain generation, watching those defenders operate was fascinating. Baresi was not a commanding figure, but one who exuded such intelligent authority. He could play as a sweeper, a more conventional center half, or even occasionally move into what we now recognize as a pivot in front of the defense. He is one of the greatest defenders in the history of the sport. The records show that he was part of the Italian squad that won the World Cup in 1982, but Baresi did not play in that tournament. Instead of his 81 caps for the national team, his finest 2 hours came in a losing cause in the 1994 final in Pasadena. He was 34 and had suffered a meniscus tear in the second game of the group stage against Norway. Yet just over 3 weeks later, he returned for the final against Brazil. The game finished goalless after extra time as Baresi, without injured teammates Costacurta and Tessati, put on a display that is widely acknowledged as one of the finest defensive masterclasses in World Cup history. Beset by cramp and fatigue after 120 minutes, Baresi was one of those who missed a penalty in the shootout and played only one more game for his country. He would carry on playing for his beloved AC Milan, the 1996-97 season being his 20th and last. The entire history of AC Milan is in tears following the passing of Franco Baresi, the club said. His example and integrity will be forever etched into the club's DNA, just as his iconic number 6 shirt is. Baresi won 6 Serie A titles, 3 European Cups, 2 Intercontinental Cups, and 3 European Super Cups. He was runner-up to Milan teammate Marco van Basten in the 1989 Ballon d'Or vote, but individual accolades were a side issue for Baresi. It was all about Milan, all about Italy, all about defending. And that will be the special legacy of a truly great player. Sky has upgraded its Ultimate TV and Sky Sports bundle to now include HBO Max, Netflix, Disney+, Discovery+, and Hayu, as well as 135 channels and full Sky coverage of the Premier League and EFL. Sky broadcasts more than 1,400 live matches across the Premier League, EFL, and more, with at least 215 live from the top flight alongside Formula One, darts, and golf.